would love to get your thoughts on like a few other things because didn't get a chance to pick your brain yet. You were training, things like that. So, what were your thoughts when you heard that Jermell Charlo, not Jamal, is gonna be the one to fight Canelo on September 30th, man?
So that's the funny thing. I was thinking like the big Charlo is fighting, and
Yeah,
my fiance said it's Jermell, and I was like, oh, like Jermell, he's 154,
yeah.
So it was funny, yeah, and I was like amazed, but it's good fight also. Like people talk, that the Canelo will, smash him like easy, but it's a good fight, because the Jermell is also a big guy, at 154.
Mhm.
And I don't know, of course, Canelo is Canelo, you can write the guy off. He's special.
Who do you give the edge to in that fight, though?
Canelo for sure.
You think he has like you think he'll be able to stop Jermell though, or Jermell's a little too tough for that?
Jermell is really tough, and he moves good, on his legs. So we'll see, but we'll see how he is going to, take the shots.
Yeah.
So if he is going to respond good, then everything will be good.
Do you plan on being there at the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight?
Now my plan was, to upset every doubter that was, doubting me, and go into that fight, for sure. But now, no, I'm back in Lithuania, so it's no.
Does is like obviously you're still gonna watch the fight, but your plan was okay, beat Vergil because if you were to beat Vergil, it's like Jerron is looked at like he's the guy, but if you were to beat Vergil, I think a lot of people probably would have pushed for maybe you to get like that fight. So will you now be watching that fight and just kind of just like I know I'm not going to be next. I didn't get my fight with Vergil. I didn't get a chance to prove that I can beat these top guys. Are you still as interested in watching that fight, man?
Yeah, yeah, of course, I will watch the fight, but it's like I'm WBA number one mandatory, then comes any IBF, for them. So we'll see. Of course, I'm realistic. They probably fight twice, then they will buy an island and just chill over there.
That sounds like fun, actually. Um,
Yeah.
I know they're contractually obligated to, whoever loses, it's going to be a rematch, right? But
Yes.
when I spoke to Bozy Ennis, that's Jerron's father and trainer, he was just like, look, they can have that first fight for Undisputed, but the rematch, they're not having a rematch for Undisputed. Like, we're gonna enforce
Yes.
our position. Like, do you plan on doing the same thing for that rematch, enforcing your position and saying, I'm either gonna get next or they gotta get stripped?
Yeah, for sure. My manager will do this, because I'm the next one. So they can fight this one, for unification. It's good for boxing, good for history. And after that, there is no more unification.
I'm not mad at it, man. I could clearly you make 147 pounds like pretty easily. Did a part of you kind of think, maybe you want to move up to 154, only from the standpoint of Jermell's going up all the way up to 168. You don't know if he's ever going to come back down. There, PBC does have a bunch of fighters at 154. Maybe it's just like, yo, I'm gonna just move up and fight somebody for a belt right now, man.
Yeah, sometimes think if I can get a big fight at 140, I can go 140. Then when I start cutting weight to 147, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do 140. So no, I'll be at 147 still. I have some plans over here, and then I'll move up 154 for sure. I'm like, as a kid also, I was like, when I was a kid, I was like late. I was growing up late, so I think I will be in my peak at like 31, 32, something like that, maybe 33, because other guys was, bigger, stronger than me, and I was like slowly getting over there. So my body's fresh. I feel young, every year I feel even younger, So it's a strange thing. Good feeling, good feeling.
We hope so, man. We love watching you fight. Shit, I love watching you fight. So I hope you get in there
Thank
too. Just last question for you, man. With the Spence and Crawford fight, how exactly do you see it playing out? Like, do you think that I mean everybody kind of knows Crawford kind of has to box on the outside. Spence get on the inside, make it nasty. But who do you think is going to be better at, you know, making their game plan work for them?
The thing is, it's very strange thing. I'm very bad at predictions. First of all, I said if I'll bet my house, on the Spence.
Mhm.
Then every week, my mind changes. Oh, this is Crawford can knock Spence out. Then Spence can knock out Crawford. Then he can win on points. Then he can win. It's like I'm lost. It's like it's going to be a good fight. I was just mad because I was in this situation. I said I will not never watch this fight, because it takes so long to make. But they already made. Of course, I will watch this fight. I'm taking my words out, and just the better man will win, and it's nothing. It's good for boxing that these big fights getting made now, more often. So I'm happy, that everything's changing. Fighters willing to step up, and it's how it should be, like back in the old days.
Gotcha. And just my very last question for you. I know it's kind of hard to say, but like, would you have like, did you speak to anybody from PBC? Would you know like any time frame on when you probably could get back in the ring, or it's too early to say?
There is some talks, but they are like talking probably. I asked, ASAP. I said if the Spencer and Crawford will collapse, I'll jump in, So
You would really,
I'm willing to fly in. I'm willing to fly in.
if
I don't
one
know.
if one of those guys really get hurt, you'll really jump in and just fight them in the main event now?
Of course, the only one thing will be like my issue to cut the weight, So
Got
we'll
it.
see, but I can make it probably. So we'll see because I'm strict on diet right now also. So I haven't gained a lot of weight, so everything is good.
That'll be that'll be crazy if one of them gets hurt and then
I hope
jump in.
I don't know. It's September, October. It's only talks when everything will get. Even if I was signing the contract, I will not believe because now my belief is like lost. Every time everything gets closer, closer, and it's collapsed. And again, and it's like that. So
Well, PBC has never steered you wrong, so
yeah, PVC never they treated me like every time good. I can't say no bad thing about PVC.
yeah,
They treated me really well over the years, and I was, fighting all the time on PBC. So I'm very thankful, for them.
for sure, man. Look, did they? I know you said it's just talk, but did they throw out like a few names? I know you can't say anything, but did they throw out a few names? I see you smiling already, so
No, no. To be honest, there is no names. To be honest, like
okay.
they said, maybe this, maybe that, but there's like five different guys, So we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. I just said like, hey, I'm company guy. I'll raise my hand if others doesn't, and let's go.
Got it. Look, man, appreciate you taking the time to, kind of explain your side of the story. Not too many people have heard from you and everything that you've been
Yeah.
going through. So really appreciate it. Hope you get back in the ring really, really, really soon, man. Really soon.
Thank you very much for having me and letting to tell my story, and everybody tag Golden Boy. Golden Boy is worst organization. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.